Drafting is one of the most fun and exciting ways to play any card game. Opening boosters and knowing you're limited to a single pick really makes you appreciate every card in the pack. Each week, me and Sam will open 4 packs of each core DM era set and add a single card from each pack to our collections. We will then build decks and play a best of 3 with the loser banning 1 card. The first player to reach 10 wins takes the trophy and is crowned DM champion. Join us as we return to the game's inception and draft the oldest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! In this series, Yu-Gi-Oh! Generation Draft. Alright, we're gonna try and end the game, I guess? In everyone's favourite way to do it. I'm gonna banish a light in the dark. Oh, that's a good one. That is a very good one. Alright, so now we're gonna activate Hammer Shot. And then normal summon Sangan.
Oh my god. I drew bottomless. Come on.
So last week we managed to take Sam out in a convincing 3-0 with our Chaos strategy. Our Blackluster Soldier and our Chaos Emperor Dragon just seemed to get the job done. That does mean though that we only get 5 side set packs this week, being Tournament Pack 3. Sam will get 10. And the only card we're really hoping to get here is Pot of Greed in the common slot. So the chance of us getting it is okay. With only 5 packs though, it might be a bit risky. Let's see if we can't pull any Pots of Greed in pack number 1. Okay, so no Pot of Greed pack 1, but we do get Spirit of the Heart, which is a light monster with 2000 defense. That might be relevant. Pack number 2. Dark Fire Dragon is an okay dark monster. We could maybe use this with Metamorphosis later on down the line. Pack number 3. Oh, there it is. Pot of Greed. We definitely needed at least one of this. Ideally, if we can get another one, that will be huge. But if we don't, at least the 1 is fine. Pack number 3. Oh, looks like we're going to put it down to the wire. Axe Raider is not great. And neither is Little Chimera. These are all kind of bad. I guess we'll take the Axe Raider because we're not going to pull this anywhere else. So why not? Then last pack. Oh, no more Pots of Greed. So we're only going to have the 2. But that's probably fine. We don't need 3. We will... I guess we'll take the Elegant Egotist here. And that's it. That is our pulls for this week. It's a little bit disappointing that we didn't get the 3 Pot of Greed. But if Sam didn't pull exactly 3, then it's not the end of the world. We don't really want Sam to have 3 and us to have 2, because that puts us in a weird position. Because we don't really want to ban a card that we have 2 copies of. And that would just mean that Sam has this like little incremental advantage going forward. We'll have to see how it goes. So we only have the 2 Pot of Greeds, but there is a chance that we managed to pull one from Legend of Blue Eyes and get us up to that 3 that we're looking for. So maybe that'll be all right. So with Chaos Sorcerer banned, our Chaos strategy is going to be looking a little bit weaker. If we still find any really good lights, we'll still try and take them. And if we manage to pull any more copies of the Chaos Emperor Dragon or Blackluster Soldier Envoy, then that could still be very, very, very powerful. But now we're going to have to start trying to think about pivoting into something else. Obviously, we've been trying to get the zombie deck going, but Pharaonic Guardian has not been very cooperative with us. So we'll have to see how things go. Let's fire into the first pack and see if we get any big bombs. So pack 1, nothing really to talk about here. I guess we'll take Metal Dragon. Pack number 3. Oh, that's a bomb. Monster Reborn. That card is bonkers. That is really, really strong. That helps with tribute strategies. That helps with just general beatdown. This can take one of Sam's really powerful monsters from the graveyard. This card is unbelievably powerful and such a big bomb. That might be just the best pull we get all day. All right, Metal Raiders. Looking for some really good cards in here. Heavy Storm, Solemn Judgment, Mirror Force, Sangan, Witch of the Black Forest. There are so many good cards in here. This might be the best opening yet. This might rival week 1 with the Chaos Emperor Dragon and the Imperial Order. Just having Solemn Judgment and Mirror Force, especially this early, is so bonkers. All right, pack number 3. Witch of the Black Forest as well. Oh, that's a good card. Oh, this is... We are so excited about this opening. This is bonkers. I feel really bad for Sam. Hopefully he pulls as well as we do. Pack number 4. Again, we had to fall apart at some point. I guess Jirai Gumo is okay. Just having a 2200 attack monster can be super relevant. I guess we'll take that for now. Alright, Magic Ruler, known for having some of the best spell cards in the game. What do we have in here? Delinquent Duo, Confiscation, Forceful Sentry, just all the hand control cards. Then Giant Trunade, Mystical Space Typhoon, which Sam already has. there's just so many just really, really powerful spells in here, and all of the recruiters in here as well. So there's quite a lot we want from here. Let's see what we can get. Painful Choice. Oh my. So this card is really, really good with the Chaos strategy. It might be a little bit weaker now, but Painful Choice is still really, really good. We're definitely taking that. Right, next pack. What have we got? Gearfried the Iron Knight. 20 Fire Dragon, just not one to load there. Is actually really good. This works well as well with our Blast with Chains, and can be really good with the spell canceller that we have. So we'll take the Gearfried. That might be relevant if we can get a couple more. Last pack of Pharaoh's Servant. Ooh, Bazoo. Bazoo is very good. I think we will take the Bazoo. I don't know if this is going to be super useful, but at the very least, it's a 1600 that can boost itself up to 19 or possibly all the way up to 25. So especially when the Chaos stuff starts to fall off a bit, this will probably be making it into the deck. Pack number 3. Ooh, Yatagarasu. Now that is funny because that means we now do technically have access to Yatalock, which would force a ban from Sam, probably on CED. I think we have to take the Yatta, even though I would kind of like the Thunder Nan as well. I think Yatta is just too good not to take. Right, pack number 2, Book of Moon. Finally, there we go. Book of Moon is a really, really powerful, versatile card. We can use it to protect our monsters. We can use it to reset flip effect monsters. We can use it on Sam's monsters, stop them from attacking. Change the defense attack over it. Just so many uses. Book of Moon is just such a bonkers card. All right, next pack. Lava Golem Secret Rare. Man, I guess we take it, right? It's a really weird card unless we're planning to like burn Sam out. I mean, we'll take it. Pack number 2, Dark Magician Girl. I think this might be our second Dark Magician Girl. In fact, this pack is so bad because every other card is just useless. We're going to take the Dark Magician Girl. Fuck it. Pack number 2, Skill Drain. I think that might be our second Skill Drain. So we're probably going to take that. We can get kind of the Skill Drain beats going. Pack number 3. Ooh, Shinato is a very funny card. I think we might take Shinato just because, again, if we actually manage to summon this, it'll be really funny. So we're going to take Shinato because you don't look a Gift Horse in the mouse. It's an ultra rare. This ain't going to come up very often. Alright, Invasion of Chaos. This pack has been very kind to us. It gave us 2 Chaos Sorcerer. Obviously, we don't want to see any of that now because it's banned. It has also given us both of the Envoys. Any additional copies of those cards would be completely bonkers. We're also looking for any kind of removal like Smashing Ground. Let's hope we can find something good now. Well, this first pack, not so great. Manticore of Darkness is a very funny card, and the rest of these cards aren't anything super special. Fuma Shuriken can be relevant in a kind of FTK deck, but I think we're going to take the Manticore. Right, pack number 2. Compulsory Evacuation Device is a very good card, depending on when it is. If you can hit a card from the extra deck with this card, it is completely ridiculous. Otherwise, it's a little bit weaker, but it's still probably worth using, so we're going to take it. Pack number 3. Another Compulse. Or the Smashing. I think we want the Smashing Ground, to be perfectly honest. Compulse is good, and it is the rare, but we really need just the good Spell Trap removal. So I think we're going to take, or monster removal in Spell Trap form. So I think we're going to take the Smashing Ground here. All right, last pack of Invasion of Chaos. It's just throwing compulsories at us, I guess. Chaos Rider Gustav is really bad. The rest of these cards, nothing really to talk about. I mean, Bugroth can be funny, but I think it's going to be the Compulsory Evacuation Device. Alright, pack number 4. End of Anubis is an interesting card. It is a 2500 that cuts off the graveyard. I guess we'll take it just because it's a secret rare, and it's not a bad card. It's just probably not good enough. We'll take it for now. Pack number 3. The playset of Hammer Shot. Yeah, why not? I don't know if we'll actually run 3, but just having okay removal is definitely worth taking. Pack number 4. Dekoichi. So that's the playset of Dekoichi. So somehow we've now got a playset of Dekoichi. I mean, there's no way we don't take that. Right, Flaming Eternity. So I guess Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys is probably what we're looking for from here. I think Wingbeat is in here, or Wing Blast. So that could be really good if we can find it. Pack 1. A second Lightning Vortex. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll take it. Pack number 3. Chiron is actually really good. Light Hexafusion would be good if we had access to Cyber Dragon. Feather of the Phoenix has some like FTK potential, but I think Chiron is definitely the pick here. And then last pack of the opening. Okay, Spiral Spear Strike is pretty useless. I think pole position might be the pick here, as weird as it sounds. And there it is. That is our packs for the week. So, we pulled incredibly well this week. This makes up for the last 2 weeks being a little bit lackluster, because I think week 2 we pulled the BLS and not much else, and then week 3 we pulled like a little bit of removal, but the primary bomb card, I guess, that we got was the Magic Cylinder. This week, however, we got so much. We got the Monster Reborn, just completely bonkers card. Solemn Judgment, just the no card. We got Witch of the Black Forest to go with our Sangan, just fantastic. We got Painful Choice, which can be really, really good. Obviously, we don't have a lot of like graveyard effects to use with it, but it can be good just to get Light and Darks in the graveyard right now. Gearfried might be good a bit later on. We got the Bazoo, which is okay. We got the Yatagarasu, which is only really good if we're either on like a strict hand control strategy, or if we get our Yatta luck off using Chaos Emperor Dragon with our Sangan or Witch of the Black Forest. We got Book of Moon, just such a really powerful, versatile card. Lava Golem is funny. I don't know if we're going to use this. We've got the 1 copy of Wave Motion Cannon. Hopefully, neither of us play this card, because Sam has so much more spell trap removal than I do. If Sam plays this, I think I have to just put D-spells in the deck. Dark Magician Girl's funny. We got 2 good trap cards and final attack orders and Skill Drain. These could be really good with the monsters that change size to defense position, like Goblin Attack Force, like Giant Orc, that kind of thing. Shinato is just, again, very funny. We got 2 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device and another copy of Smashing Ground. Just really, really strong, solid cards. We got the end of Anubis, who's probably not going to make the cut, but he's funny. We got the Hammer Shot, which is, again, just more removal. The 3rd Dekoichi for the playset. The 2nd copy of Lightning Vortex. Again, I don't know if this is going to make the cut, because it does require 2 cards. So if Sam doesn't have exactly 2 or more monsters, it gets a little bit tricky. And the Kyra and the Mage to round things off. So we have done, I think, very, very well this week. Let's hope, I guess, that Sam has pulled well enough that he can put up a decent fight. And that ideally neither of us brick during the games. But let's see what we can build with this and go into deck edit. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. It's basically the same deck that we've been running, which is going to be quite apparent in this kind of series. It's a Chaos deck, and it has gotten a lot stronger with some new powerful one-offs. So the big standouts of the deck that are new are the Yatagarasu, which usually this card can be a bit hit or miss, but when combined with Chaos Emperor Dragon and our searches in Witch of the Black Forest and Sangan, can become very, very powerful. Using this, we can create a kind of Yatta lock to stop Sam from drawing any cards and can just win the game through that. The other new powerful additions, Painful Choice. Fantastic card specifically with our Chaos monsters. We can pick 3 Darks, 2 Lights, in which case we are guaranteed to get Lights and Darks in the graveyard. Then we can just immediately banish and summon our big boss monsters. Monster Reborn, another fantastic card that also works very well with Painful Choice. We can send some other monsters to the graveyard, use Monster Reborn to bring them back, or bring back one of Sam's powerful monsters. Just really, really good. It's a good finisher. It's good to gain tempo. It's good advantage. It's just a fantastic card in general. The other big card in the deck, Solemn Judgment. This card is pretty bonkers. Just negate anything, pay half a life points. Really, really strong. So we have cut down the number of monsters, and the main reason for that is to facilitate Morphing Jar. We want to be able to set this card and have an empty hand, so we want less monsters clogging up our hand when we do that. This might end up backfiring. We'll have to just kind of see how it goes, but that's the idea behind dropping the number of monsters. So if we go to the side deck, we've got the Lava Golem, the Legendary Jiu-Jitsu, Morphing Jar 2, Jowgen the Spiritualist, and Man-Eater Bug. All of these cards are in here for the same reason, and that is Sam has access to a Jinzo Horus level 8 lock, which completely stops us from using any spells and traps. And obviously, as you can see, we're on quite a lot of spell and traps this week. If we feel like that lock is kind of unoutable and it's getting off consistently, we need ways to out it, and these are our chosen ways. So all of these cards can just remove monsters using monster effects. So that's basically the reason they're in it. We then have the 3 Dispel, the 3 Remove Traps, in case Sam's in any kind of stall shenanigans. We have the Needle Ceiling, Magic Cylinder, Trap Dust Chute, and Horn of Heaven, which will come in kind of situationally based on what kind of deck Sam's on. So this is the deck. It's still looking pretty strong. I'm still feeling very confident in it, and if we can just summon some big Chaos monsters, we should just be able to win the game. So let's fire on in and see what Sam's got for us. We had an interesting game last week. We had it was my, I guess, full power Chaos, we'll call it. It was 2 Chaos Sorcerer, BLS, and CED against your beatdown strategy. Or your Tribute Horus beatdown, which I guess your deck potentially had the power to, as a kind of a lockdown strategy where you could lock out all spells and traps between Jinzo and Horus level 8.
Yeah, that's never the plan though, right? That's never going to happen. if that happened, I was probably winning anyway. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because I managed to get that out. I mean, I think tributes are still strong. But yeah, this is a bit. Tribute isn't the main strategy, but when you got Horus, you know, you got to play Horus. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think you were playing about 5 tribute monsters last week. I don't know, because maybe I was counting Horus level 8 with that as well, in which case that would be more like 4 and a brick. But it was a fair chunk of tribute monsters. I mean, when you had the change of heart, obviously I think it made tributes a lot better. I'm not saying that tributes are necessarily bad, but we don't have access currently to something like Soul Exchange, which is what made like the Monarch deck very powerful. And even back then, when Monarchs were a big deck, it was you were using about 6 Monarchs in the deck. And obviously that's with all the ways to facilitate getting them out, so...
Yeah.
But we have spoken a little bit about our pulls, and I said to you, I think my pulls this week were insane. Possibly better than my first week pulls. Which
terrifies me.
Yes. I was a little bit worried. When I opened my packs, I was a little bit like... You know, one, there's this like level of excitement. Oh, I've pulled these really cool cards. But also there's this level of, if Sam hasn't pulled well as well, this might be a bit rough for him. But again, it's basically a lot of like very strong one-offs. So it's, do I see them? But obviously when I have enough very strong one-offs, the deck becomes a critical mass of very strong one-offs. And then I'll be seeing at least some of them every game. So
yeah, so I was happy with my pulls to a degree in the sense that there's about 2 other decks I'm trying to build in the background, and now this, like, I've got the spine, right? Started to take shape. The issue is I don't think my current deck can... It's not got that extra level now, right?
Yeah.
After last week, like, apart from, again, powerful one-offs, I don't think there's that extra oomph it can get. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes this week.
Shall we fire on in and see what we're both on? I say that like we're going to be on completely different decks, but I mean, realistically...
So I'm terrified because I think I've done the best deck building this week that I've done in ages.
Okay.
But I'm worried that I'm just not going to be able to show that off.
Okay.
Because you know how Yugioh goes.
Yeah, sometimes you'll just brick, and that's just how it goes. Like in week 2, game 3, where I just drew all of my tribute monsters, all 2 of them.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get some good games out of this. Let's see what we got. Ooh.
Right, I want the extra card.
Okay. Oh, I've opened a very good card immediately, but do I play it right now is the question. I think we're gonna play this a little bit safe. I'm gonna set a card and pass back to you.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, that's a good one. We're main decking this now. I know that you were a side deck before.
We're main decking it because you've been hitting me with these cards for long enough now. So
Alright, that is the worst draw in the deck. We will normal summon out Archfiend Soldier.
Okay.
We'll go to battle and we'll walk into Sacred Armor. Ooh, okay. We'll pass the turn on that.
Okay. This is not entirely how I wanted this to go, but
hey, I'm okay with
we
this.
can only play what we draw.
That's an interesting draw. Normal summon Zombraya and then pass the turn.
Okay.
Or Zombira, sorry. Fortunately, my guy can't attack directly, but... Alright. Alright, you ready for me to reveal one of my cards?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's put you on Gotta Have It. So I'm going to normal summon Yatagarasu.
Huh. Okay.
We'll go to battle, and we'll see if you've got anything for it. Then we will move to end phase. And return it to our hand.
Okay. Oh, my hand is just like... I feel like 3/4 of my deck doesn't care about Zombira.
Yeah. I mean, you've got so much removal last week, let alone any extra removal you pulled this week, that you should have to have so much that just one card, boof, it's gone. Of course, now we are currently locked, so we've got to break the lock somehow. Hope that those 6 cards have a way to do it. So, it's an interesting one because when I opened this Yatagarasu, you have this like mixed feeling of, first off, oh, this card was so broken, it was banned for so long, like Yatta locking, and then you get the like, oh, but this card's actually kind of shit unless you exactly like Chaos Emperor Dragon it, I guess, or if you're playing like the Donzalug hand control kind of deck. And then you go back to the, but I have a Chaos Emperor Dragon. And it's like, oh, maybe I can make this card work.
Oh, okay, we don't want to do this, but...
Well... I guess we're gonna just summon out Yatta again. We're gonna see what happens here. I'm assuming this is gonna be a... Ooh. So you wanted to reduce my monster's attack, I'm assuming is the... Or you're going to bring it back from the graveyard. I'm going to set and set. And then pass the turn. And in damage step, we will activate Mirror Wall.
You've got the fucking... Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, there's Yatta claiming its first game. Will it be able to claim another? I mean, it's one of those things where it's super cheesy, but I can't open this card and not play it, you know?
Man, I really don't know if going first or second is better, because I kind of really want to have the monster, but...
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's literally tempo versus advantage. So it's like, sometimes tempo gives you advantage, because if you're just able to clear your opponent's board, you can end up just plussing, well, minusing your opponent, which is basically the same thing. Well, we've opened with our Pot of Greed. Okay, what are we doing with this hand? I suppose I will set and set back row, pass back.
Alright, we'll run out Zumbira.
Okay.
We'll have a little look. Either the monster or the back row. Okay.
So that's an okay trade. I don't think either of us are going to be too worried about that.
No.
Alright, let's see if we can get you to use something. I summon Archfiend Soldier. Go to battle. We'll declare an attack with it. Then we'll go main phase 2. We'll set another back row and pass.
Okay. I will set a monster and end.
Okay. That's a funny draw. I guess we're going to put you on it again. So we just drew Yatta. And let's see what you got. Ooh, okay. That's pretty good here. So Yatta can't get over that, unfortunately. Out of an abundance of caution, we're going to keep you off of tribute monsters if we can. And then we'll move to end phase and return Yatta to the hand.
Love me that smile.
Common in our latest side set. So the question is, how many of this do you have? So we know you've at least got one, which was expected. I think if you had any less than 2, that would be very unfortunate. The question is, did you get 3? So you know I have the Yatta. Alright, I think we're going to normal summon Homunculus here.
Okay, I'll hit the light with the bottomless.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go straight to battle. And we will attempt to attack. That's what you got. Ooh, Spreeper. Not a bad one.
See what you do about this one. You got the rush recklessly this time.
I think we're gonna let you keep it. I could out it, but in a really shitty way that's just really bad. I think I'd almost rather you tribute it here.
Oh, see, here's the issue, mate. Is back row is really strong, and I know you have rush recklessly from last week.
Yep. I mean, you know I've got Sakuretsu. Last game I played Mirror Wall.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else I had last week. Magic Cylinder. Also, I said about all these powerful one-offs. You know, I've got a Torrential and a Mirror Force back here.
Yeah, I'm really torn here. We're just going to summon Insect Knight, and we're going to try and trade.
How do we feel about the trade? I think I need to keep my... right, no, we're just going to go damage step. We'll fire off the Mirror Wall.
Okay,
now.
Mirror Wall.
You've got the Mirror Wall out.
I feel a lot better about my decision.
Yeah, I assume the inverse was to tribute, summon out a big guy attack into the Mirror Wall. Which obviously would have sucked for you. Alright, I'm in a bit of a weird predicament here. I'm going to activate another powerful one-of I pulled. The super rare. Painful choice.
Oh, Jesus.
Now the
If you
question
have a chaos... okay.
I need to choose very carefully what I take here. We're going to take these.
Alright, well, we're going to give you... Oh, okay, I have to click OK. We're going to give you a fairy.
Okay. Now the question becomes, do we want to do this or not? Oh, it's so tricky. I think we almost have to. So I'm going to activate Lightning Vortex.
Okay.
We're going to pitch the fairy. Then we're going to summon the Yatta. Go to battle. We will attempt to attack with Archfiend Soldier. And we'll get him with Yatta. Okay, yeah. At the very least, we got that out of you.
We held this Sakuretsu for a very long time. Hey, it's a green boy.
Oh, so he's got at least 2. Oh, that makes me think you might have 3.
Oh, no.
Oh, what's happened? Have we bricked?
I literally, the same thing that happened yesterday has just happened today. I've just drawn the same card 3 times.
Is it a bad card 3 times?
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
Right.
We still have plays, but we're not...
I should have set that main phase 2, really. Alright, we'll attack into this. So we go. Oh!
We got this, so we got plays. Yeah, unfortunately,
Well, you're still going to go Tribute Summon.
Yeah, but this could be a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah, this could be a whole lot better, but this is still not bad.
Right, I think now's the time for Jinzo.
Okay. I think Jinzo is actually the lesser of 2 evils here.
Here's the thing, I think when I look at back row, I'm like, the cards... I mean, if you've got Hammer Shot, you've got Hammer Shot, but...
Yeah, I was so worried about
for me,
being
it's
Horus.
more likely that you would have Sakuretsus and stuff back there.
Yeah.
Bottomlesses.
Yeah, 100%. Well, pass back.
Alright, well...
My boy. I think we just straight pass.
Okay. Give you an insight into some of the cards that I drew.
Yeah, I think
my
it is
draws.
much.
Oh, I couldn't believe it, mate. I could not believe it.
That back row card has me a little bit worried. The fact that you've just brazenly summoned this thing to my face. I guess we're just going to set another and pass back.
Okay.
Okay, we'll hit this with the bottomless.
Okay, we will.
Ooh, okay. It's a juicy one. So you've got what, 33? So you're 21 off of game?
I think this is the better play right here.
In case I get a Chaos Monster and out your back row.
In case you did get Mirror Force. I think this is just the 900 extra damage shouldn't matter.
Well, unfortunately, I have no monsters and I cannot stop your attacks. So you've got this game, mate. Let's go to game 3.
No way. No way.
I just out-advantaged. Can't do anything with so few cards. I think if Morphing Jar had resolved, completely different game.
Yeah,
but
completely.
yeah, I think so. I obviously lost a lot of advantage when I used the Lightning Vortex, but I felt like you were so desperate to try and get a tribute off that I think keeping you off of it was the correct choice.
Well, so I had the Jinzo and I had the Horus, and I was torn between which one was the right choice because when you've got 2 back row. My instinct is to assume they're trap cards. But obviously they don't have to be. But there's... Like, I can't play around Rush recklessly, because neither of my cards interact with that. So it's like... Jinzo is just the safer option. Like, Horus is like the greedy, oh, if this goes off and I get Horus level 8 and you don't have trap cards, I probably just win the game.
Well, yeah, I agree with your decision, and I do play a lot of traps that would have messed Horus up. But in that exact specific time, I had no traps, so I just sat there with a bunch of spells like, please don't summon Horus, please don't summon Horus. Alright, let's go to game 3. We'll be going second, I want that card. But in the first 2 games, we've definitely felt the Chaos Sorcerer ban, right? I haven't been able to summon any Chaos Monsters despite having Lights and Darks and Grave. And obviously Yatta's been doing quite a lot in both games.
Alright, well, let's show you one of the cards I got.
I don't know. This fucking
artwork. I love this art. I love this art.
Oh, is that DD Warrior Lady I just saw?
It was DD Warrior Lady.
Okay. It's only a super, so it's not like a crazy pull.
So that card could be anything.
Alright, we will, I guess, just summon out Archfiend Soldier, go battle, and we'll just see what you got. I'm guessing Banouche.
Yeah.
Main 2, we will set a couple back row, and pass back to you. If you flip over Heavy Storm, I'm going to be mildly upset.
That would be the biggest play. Just like, I'll set it, and if he's got no one of extermination, I just take the L.
That was a thing people actually used to do back in the day. Yeah, I think we will. We'll try and sack you here. If you've got the My Body, you got the My Body. I don't even know if you would My Body that, but how will you deal with Hysteric Fairy? Go! And we'll pass on that.
Oh, this game is tormenting. Alright, well, I've got a Smashing Ground this.
Okay. Oh, the Armed Dragon.
I'm not having fun hard drawing Armed Dragon level 3s, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, what if I draw Greedy Jar?
I've got the entire rest of my deck.
What if I draw Greedy Jar?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, we are actually in a very interesting position right now. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to activate Lightning Vortex. And I'm going to pitch the Koichi.
A Dark.
Then, I'm going to banish a Light in the Dark.
Okay. I'll pay 800.
Okay, that's fine. So, all things considered, this is actually looking alright. I'm going to summon Witch of the Black Forest.
That's not a card I wanted to see.
We'll swing in. Main 2, we will then set and pass. So this is interesting, because I only have the 2 Chaos Monsters, which means that now stuff like your Armed Dragon just gets negated, right?
Yeah, the Royal Oppression is a hard one, because obviously I just hold it into Chaos Monster, but I have to play it, because like if I don't Oppression your Chaos Emperor Dragon, I lose the game. So there is clear anti-synergy going on, but I have no choice.
This is a really weird one, but I actually think I'm going to fire off Hammer Shot. Then I'm going to set and set. Go to battle.
But that's what I mean, like, you could have just left it there.
Yeah.
You know?
But you could have also just not used Armed Dragon's effect and just had it sit there for 1200.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a little bit annoying, but at the same time, I'm not gonna split hairs over it. Goodbye, Night Assailant. I mean, which of the Black Forest beatdowns working alright at the moment?
Yeah, the issue is it's a witch. So, like, I'm sat here like, wow, I could have killed it with Armed Dragon, but then you just get, like, an Archfiend Soldier or something, and then suddenly you're beating me down with a 1900 that I've got to deal with, you know?
We'll just see if we can draw into a beat stick. Maybe never. Battle phase. Attack. Main 2, we will set another card. Pass back.
I needed that turns and turns and turns ago.
Heavy Storm.
Unfortunately, I think this one might be yours.
Well, if I could draw a 1900 attacker, it would be right now, but I mean, depending what your background is.
Yeah, I would just like a monster, in all honesty.
What was that, a monster?
Wow.
Alright, can I draw a monster?
Draw like Morphin Jar, that'd help me.
No, it's fucking Yatta again.
Yeah, that's just game.
I only have the 1 copy, but my god, he just keeps showing up.
I drew my 3 My Body as a Shield back to back. I was just there like, I've got triple Mash Dragon, I've got double UFO Turtle, but I drew all the Armed Dragons instead.
I'd have to go back and check through my opening videos, specifically record them all. But I don't think I've seen a My Body as a Shield yet. Just straight up, have not had the option to take it. So...
Oh, I was so happy. So, you might have realised that there was, like, you know, I played Fusilier Dragon Game 1.
Yeah.
And a no sight of any of those cards in Game 2. It's because I did the 15-card side deck swap.
Okay. Well, yeah, so in that Game 2, I did actually side in to remove traps. And then it just did nothing. And I ended Game 2 with 2 removed traps set on the field. So it did...
Oh, hell yeah.
that strategy did accomplish something. And I don't know if it won you the game, but it definitely contributed to it.
It definitely helped.
Yeah.
There's my deck list. Yeah, I was so confident that I'd, at least with the UFO Turtles, the Mash Dragons, I'd be able to pull some stuff off. But both games, I just drew all the Armed Dragons. And I was just like, well... Screw me, I guess.
Okay. So
You'll also notice a certain spell card.
Oh yeah,
is in there.
So again, I was going to say, let's talk about your deck real quick before we talk about mine. So 1 copy of Fusilier. We've got the second Horus, so that's the second super that you managed to pull there. The Dark beatdown's definitely picking up with the 2 Giant Orc, the 2 Zombira, obviously the DD Warrior Lady that we saw during the game, the Heavy Storm, massive card. Only 2 Pot of Greed. That is probably the best case scenario for me, realistically.
Yeah.
You've got 3 Smashing Ground now, which is a bit scary. And, like, Fissure has made its way into the side deck, which is also a bit scary.
So I had, when building this deck, right, I'm playing Beatdown, so I need to be a little bit more monster-orientated. And I was just there, just like, I need the 3 My Body. If I'm playing Monster Beatdown, I need to protect these monsters. So we got the Rotor to search a monster, we got the My Bodies to protect the monsters. And I was like, Fissure just doesn't find its way in.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. It's a really tricky one, especially because you have to commit 2 slots to like the anti-chaos cards, And then you also got another 3 slots towards your continuous traps that facilitate your own monsters. So, like, there's quite a lot going on there, which is just, like, taking up a lot of space. But I suppose that's what happens when you have these kind of cards that are necessary for the deck. It's like if you're playing Gravekeepers, right? You need those 3 Necro Rallies. If you're playing, like, any type of deck that relies on a field spell, obviously it's going to take up a lot of
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, do you want to have a look at my deck?
Well, so I'm happy that you didn't get any more SED or BLS.
Yeah.
That's an important thing.
So, right, so the new cards here is Witch of the Black Forest. We now have a playset of the Koichi. We pulled the Yatagarasu. We got a second copy of Lightning Vortex. We got the Painful Choice. Monster Reborn is the biggest one. And Solemn Judgment.
Jesus.
Yeah, I told you, my opening this week was insane. Now, I opened, like, I think it was like pack 2 or 3, and I opened the Monster Reborn, and I was like, that's it. I'm happy with this opening. Nothing else matters. Yeah. And then they just kept coming. They just, like, Witch of the Black Forest showed up. I'm like, that's great. I'm happy to have that. Yatta shows up, and again, I had this, like, mixed feeling. Solemn Judgment, and you're like, well, this is just always going to be a fantastic card.
The lava golem in the side as well.
Yeah, so, all right, so the logic... So I think we opened that, like, the week before last, and we just were like, oh, we'll keep this in the back pocket. But the logic for bringing it in the side was I was actually really worried about you getting a lock-off, and I just wanted to have access to more monsters that could destroy Horus and Jinzo.
Yeah.
So as you can see, Jowgen's in there because, again, that pops Horus. Morphing Jar number 2 is in there because, again, that gets rid of them. Jujitsu is in there to get rid of them again. Like, that was just... That was the side deck strategy, was like, I just need a way to out these... it feels weird, but, like, if I'm ever in a situation where you set up the board and there is now no way for me to come back into it, that just feels kind of shitty. Like, obviously, the main deck has ways to deal with it. Things like both my Chaos monsters and my Flip Destroy effects, so Old Vindictive and Night Assailant. But outside of them, if you do get that lock off, I don't really have anything else to do with it. Because I didn't really want to show my hand and show that I had the Lava Golem this early. But obviously, I felt pressured into doing it. So at the very least, you're keeping pressure on. You are going to have to think about what you want to ban from my deck. Because, again, there are very strong one-offs. And because of the Yatta, and I do have the Witch and the Sangan and the Chaos Emperor Dragon, that in itself is a little Yatta-lock combo that you might have to think about breaking. Maybe?
No. So I still stand by the same reason I got rid of Sorcerer is because I'm trying to kill the consistency of Chaos. And that means that the only way I'm going to get you off this is by hitting another Chaos monster.
Yeah. Well, you could, again, Chaos Emperor Dragon is a Chaos monster.
Yeah, but it's... If you have one Chaos monster, I am perfectly fine with you running an entire deck trying to get out a monster you can't search.
Yes.
So...
Well, I mean, as evidenced in this game, I saw one Chaos Emperor Dragon only in one of the games, and you immediately shut it down? So, like, the Chaos monsters weren't even doing much, really.
Yes, but it means that I can start building my deck a little bit differently, because I don't always have to worry about what you're doing.
Yes.
So I am going to ban the Blackluster Soldier Employee at the beginning.
Ooh, okay.
I know you can have that crazy SED combo, but it's really not something worth worrying about. If you have the advantage of already having a Witch that I've not dealt with and drop a Chaos Emperor Dragon, you're probably far away in the lead anyway.
Well, I'm getting to the point now where the only quote-unquote like bad cards in the deck because of the Chaos Engine are the light monsters, which there are 4 kind of, these are kind of just bad, and then 1 which is just fine. So if I do manage to open just some half-decent light monsters, I'll be like, well, this is fine anyway. I can just jam this and it's just a good deck anyway. But yeah, GG, man.
Yeah, it was good.